Walk me through the decision after the injury to go and kind of give it one more kick at the cat playing over in the UK.
So I had a surgery and I got cleared to play right at about maybe New Year's of that year. Far too late to go back overseas. Only 2 months left. No one in North America is going to pick you up. And at that point, sadly, I was damaged goods, and the only place that was going to give me a shot was in Italy, which is where I ended up first. So I went from playing for, I don't know, I was probably going to make over $1 million that year in the KHL. The very next year I played for $40,000 in the Italian league. And I was just like, this is not good. Like, this is the beginning of the end. I went there with the intention of just proving that I still remembered how to play the game. And then a KHL team would come calling to come bring me back, which they did. But unfortunately, our team was hosting a part of the Continental Cup, which is an international tournament over there. And our owner said, well, I'm going to keep you at least through the Continental Cup, which was a couple of months into the season. And I mean, if you look at the stats that year, they were gross. I think I was like 15-0 with like a 1 goal against average. Like the hockey was bad. My backup goalie was the baker in the town. Our second line center was an investment banker, by day. These are guys with day jobs, So he said, I got you here. You're kind of a golden goose. Like, I'm not going to let you go until after this tournament we're hosting. And I said, well, these guys, they need me now. Like, this is my shot to get back. This is why I came here. And he said, I don't know what I can do. I can't do it. And so those opportunities went by the wayside. I did get picked up by a team in the Austrian league at the midpoint of that season and went there. And that's where I really decided to think about hanging it up. And I came home, didn't know what to do. Like so many of us, when you leave the game, you're lost. And that's exactly where I was. I didn't have my degree. I didn't have anything. My resume was a joke. It was just a bunch of teams I played for. So it's like, what are you going to do? And so I decided,
Stop a dumping behind the net, pulled 6 inches off the boards for the left side D-man, but that's about it.
That's about it. Those are the skills I got. I could read a hell of a breakout. So it was, I decided I was going to go back. I got a call from a guy named Ryan Finnerty. He's another Vancouver guy. And he actually played junior hockey in the town I grew up in Surrey for the Surrey Eagles. And so he was a coach of the team in Glasgow. And he called me up and he said, hey, this league is probably maybe a little beneath you. And I said, I didn't say that. I just came from Italy. Like, what are you talking about? And he goes, but it's a good league here. There's good players. You can play golf. There's 15 Canadian guys on the team. I'm the coach of the team. He's like, you can go to St. Andrews. You can do whatever you want. And I said, you know what? It would be great to play one more season where I really enjoyed the game and enjoyed who I was playing with. Not that I didn't like my teammates, but it's a struggle. Language barriers are a struggle. Culturally, it's a struggle, right? So I wanted one more season with a good opportunity to remember hockey in a very good light. And that's why I decided to go to the UK and play one more season. I don't regret it.
And you probably fit in pretty well looking the way you do over in Scotland.
They should have picked me up for those Scottish games. I could have thrown some logs or whatever.
A caber toss.
Yeah, but I was doing music stuff there too. Like I linked up with some guys and I was doing some music stuff. And that was really starting to take off. And, I played all the good golf courses and we had a very successful season. And so I'm really thankful for that opportunity from Finner to go and do that. And I do remember the game now in a very fond way instead of the grind of, doing a mid-season exorcism or, just the shit of like, what are we doing over here? So it was worth it. And after that, I hung it up. I went into the season knowing that it was going to be the end, which I think is the way to go.
And that league's really on the up and up. And so you were kind of, one of the builders of that too.
Yeah, it is. And they've done a great job with it. And there was a lot more talent there than I gave it credit for. We had the opportunity to play in the Champions League, which is another international competition there. And so many great experiences from hitting, all the different leagues over there, pretty much playing in all these different countries. I went to the Spangler Cup. I went to I was in the Deutschland Cup. I got to wear the USA jersey twice. I got it, just everything all rolled up. It was time to be done. And I got nothing but good to look back on for sure.
Good for you, man. Honestly, as much as I started off by saying, what happened, it sounds like it was a successful career all the way through, just for life.
I don't think you can look at it any other way. I mean, I didn't get the shot in the NHL I hoped that I was going to get. Don't blame anyone but, myself. I think I hate playing that blame game or, making excuses. There's for sure things that I could have done. But I don't regret any place that I went. Don't regret anything I did.
And look, what else are you going to do with the wall behind you? You got all that space. You got to fill them up with masks of the team you played for. That's
it. It's become a great conversation starter in the sales world. It's like, what are those whole hockey helmets up there? And I go, there's not enough beer in the town for us to get through all the stories of what I went through.
Instead, just pointing towards this podcast. All the stories are right here.
Hey, you guys are doing great. It's such an up and coming thing, and I'm really enjoying watching all the content that you guys put out. So congratulations to you guys. I mean, what a thing you guys have turned this into. And, Trav, you guys are doing a great job.
There's no way he's a Democrat. He's way too cool to be one.
This was a clip for a full-length show. If you want to watch the full episode of the clip you just saw, click right here. You get the full show, and they go up live every single Sunday. If you want more clips of what you just saw, click right here. You can see the next great hit.